Imagine installing Linux and discovering that one of the biggest components behind your operating system simply isn't there. No system, no familiar systemcall commands. No massive collection of background services controlling how your computer starts, stops, logs, manages devices, and runs services. At first, it might sound like you're making life harder for yourself. But what if removing system actually makes Linux feel more understandable, more lightweight, and in some situations even more reliable? That's exactly what happens when you explore the Linux world beyond system, and one of the most interesting examples is Void Linux. For years, system has become almost synonymous with modern Linux. Many of the most popular distributions, including Fedora, Ubuntu, Debian, Arch-based systems, and countless others, use it as their default init and service management system. System has changed the way Linux boots and manages services, and there is no question that it solves many complicated problems. But Linux has always been about choice, and system is not the only way to run a modern operating system. Void Linux takes a completely different approach. Instead of system, Void uses Runit, a small and straightforward service supervision system. And this is where things get really interesting. Runit isn't trying to become the operating system. It doesn't attempt to manage every part of your computer. Its job is much simpler. Start services, monitor them, and make sure they keep running. That's it. The philosophy is almost the opposite of the one tool does everything approach. When you first hear about a Linux distribution refusing to use system, you might imagine something outdated or difficult to use. You might expect ancient software, complicated installation procedures, or a desktop that looks like it belongs on a computer from 20 years ago. But Void Linux completely destroys that assumption. It can provide a modern desktop environment, current software, a powerful package manager, and excellent performance while still avoiding system. The first thing you notice is how different the architecture feels. On a system distribution, systemcall becomes one of the most important commands you'll learn. Use it to start services, stop them, restart them, enable them at boot, disable them, and inspect their status. In Void Linux, the commands and concepts are different because Runit works differently. Services are represented in a simple directory structure, and the system can supervise them directly. This simplicity has a major advantage: transparency. Instead of having layers upon layers of functionality, you can often look at the service configuration and understand what is happening. For Linux users who enjoy knowing exactly what their operating system is doing, this can be incredibly satisfying. And then there's boot time. Void Linux is known for being lightweight and fast, although actual boot performance depends heavily on your hardware, storage, drivers, services, and desktop environment. The important point isn't that removing system magically makes every computer faster. It doesn't. The real advantage is that the system can remain relatively minimal and avoid running unnecessary services simply because they are part of a larger framework. This becomes especially interesting on older hardware. Imagine taking an aging laptop that struggles under a heavy modern operating system and installing a lightweight, Void Linux desktop. Suddenly, the machine doesn't feel quite as useless anymore. The processor isn't spending its time managing dozens of unnecessary processes. Memory usage can remain relatively low, and the entire environment can feel responsive. But performance isn't the only reason people choose a system-free Linux distribution. Another major reason is control. Linux users have always valued control over their operating system. You can choose your desktop environment, shell, file system, kernel configuration, packages, drivers, and services. For some users, system feels like it moves Linux in the opposite direction. They argue that too much functionality has been centralized into one project. This criticism doesn't mean system is bad software. In fact, system is extremely powerful and has solved real problems for Linux developers and administrators. It provides service management, logging, dependency handling, timers, device management integration, and many other capabilities. For large systems and mainstream distributions, those features can be extremely useful. The controversy comes from how much functionality system has accumulated and how deeply it can integrate with other parts of the Linux ecosystem. Some users simply prefer a Unix philosophy where individual tools perform smaller, clearly defined jobs. That's where Runit becomes attractive. Runit follows a much smaller philosophy. It supervises services instead of attempting to provide an enormous collection of operating system infrastructure. If a service crashes, Runit can restart it. If you want a service to start automatically, you can enable it through the service structure. If you want to stop it, you can stop it directly. For experienced Linux users, this can feel refreshing. There is less abstraction between you and the actual services running on the machine. Void Linux also has another feature that makes it unusual. Its package manager, XBPS. The X binary package system is designed to be fast and efficient, and it gives Void its own identity instead of simply copying the package management model of Debian or Arch. Installing software is straightforward. Updating the system is straightforward. Removing packages is straightforward. And because Void is a rolling release distribution, you don't have to wait for a giant new operating system version every few years. Packages are continuously updated as part of the rolling model. Of course, rolling releases come with responsibilities. You need to update regularly, pay attention to changes, and understand that newer software can occasionally introduce unexpected problems. Void isn't necessarily the best choice for someone who wants a computer that never changes. But for enthusiasts, developers, administrators, and Linux users who enjoy experimenting, that rolling model can be extremely attractive. Another surprising aspect of Void Linux is that it doesn't feel like a system protest distribution. Once you're inside the desktop, you can use applications just like you would on many other Linux systems. You can run Firefox, Chromium, LibreOffice, development tools, media players, programming environments, and countless other applications. You can also choose different desktop environments. Want XFCE? You can use it. Prefer KDE Plasma? That's possible. Want something extremely minimal like a window manager? You have that option too. This is an important lesson about Linux. The absence of systemed doesn't mean the absence of modern Linux. You can have a modern browser, modern graphics stack, modern kernel, modern desktop environment, and modern applications without having systemed running underneath everything. There are, however, some disadvantages. Compatibility can sometimes be a concern. Some software projects assume system components are available, especially software designed primarily for mainstream distributions. You may encounter installation instructions that don't directly apply to Void. Certain services or applications may require additional configuration. And that's where the trade-off becomes obvious. Systemed distributions prioritize convenience and widespread compatibility. System-free distributions prioritize simplicity, choice, and a different architecture. Neither philosophy automatically wins every situation. For a beginner, Ubuntu or Fedora might be easier because countless tutorials assume their service management tools and file system layout. For an experienced Linux user, however, learning Runit can be a rewarding experience because it forces you to understand what is actually happening behind the scenes. And perhaps that's the biggest reason this whole experiment is so fascinating. When you remove something as fundamental as systemed, you realize just how many assumptions you've made about Linux. You discover that Linux isn't a single operating system. It's a collection of technologies that can be assembled in radically different ways. The kernel doesn't require systemed. The Linux file system doesn't require systemed. Your desktop environment doesn't automatically require systemed. Your applications don't inherently require systemed. Systemed is one possible component in a much larger ecosystem. Void Linux proves that you can build a modern, practical, continuously updated Linux distribution around a completely different philosophy. And that's why the title The Linux OS That Defies Systemed isn't really about rebellion. It's about choice. Linux became popular because it gave users freedom. Freedom to inspect the code, change the system, choose the software, customize the desktop, and decide how their computer should operate. Systemed is an important part of modern Linux, but it isn't the definition of Linux.